Hey, Rosia with another online dating tip for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about CR1 versus K1 visa.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
The CR1 visa is an American spousal visa, okay? And the K1 visa is an American fiance visa. What does this mean? It means that an American citizen has gone to another country and married a foreigner, okay? So if he gets married in that country, now to make it simple, I'm gonna give an example with Kenya. So this American guy comes to Kenya and marries a Kenyan in Kenya, okay? Now, when that happens, he will have to go back to his country, go back to the US and petition for his wife to be able to join him in the US. So this is the CR1 process. Now, the K1 visa is when an American citizen goes to Kenya and proposes to a Kenyan woman, and the woman of course says yes. Okay, not of course, but anyway, the woman says yes. I mean, come on. In order for you to go through the K1 visa process, you have to have said yes. Because if you didn't say yes, then you're not engaged. So he comes to Kenya, he proposes to you, you say yes, he gives you a ring, and then he goes back to the US and then files a petition for you to be allowed to travel to the US for the purpose of getting married. You will only be given 90 days. Okay, to get married. Now, the purpose of this video, I want us to look at those visas, the CR1 and the K1, and see the difference and see whether it's better to go with CR1 or is it better to go with K1. Now, this is my opinion, okay? You are free to share your opinion in the comment section, because some people believe, oh, it's better to go with K1. K1 is quicker than CR1. But we have seen cases where some people process the CR1 and it comes out like you get the visa quicker than the person who actually went the K1 route. So for me, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I would rather you go to the US with the CR1 process, okay? That way you are already married, okay? And then your husband goes and files the petition for you, the CR1 petition for you. The waiting period is usually almost the same, okay? Between CR1 and K1, sometimes the waiting period is the same. Sometimes the CR1 takes longer, sometimes the K1 might take longer, depending on the case, because each case is unique and it's different. So, if your person is in a position to, obviously, if you're in a position to petition for K1, you are in a position to petition for CR1, because the financial requirement is, everything is similar, you guys. Everything is similar. So, I feel like you guys, you have to be serious, because even this K1 is not something that you file and you say, well, I'm not sure if we should get married, so maybe you should come to the US and then we can see how things go. You only have 90 days. There is no time to see how things go. So in order for you to do this, you have to have decided already. This is not the time to decide. These 90 days, you are not given now to go and decide, oh yeah, maybe we should get married. Besides, when you are going through this whole K1 visa, you are making it so clear that your intention is to go to the US and get married within that period of 90 days. You are going to write a letter and sign it and declare your intentions. You are going to swear oaths. Okay, when you go to the embassy for your interview, you are going to swear an oath. You are going to swear and sign, okay, like an affidavit or something. So you are telling the embassy, yes, I'm going to the US and I'm going to get married. Yes, I'm going to get married. I'm going to get married within the 90 days. So if that's the case, why don't you just go through the CR1? Like you've already decided you're getting married anyway. So instead of him coming to propose to you and then going back and then petitioning for K1 visa, and then once you get to the US, there is a waiting period because your paperwork now has to be adjusted to now a spouse. You have now transitioned from a fiance into a spouse when you get married in the US. So why not just get married and go there? You're already a wife, so you have your paperwork already sorted out. Because when you get to the US, you have to go get married, go and file your papers as a spouse, and now get your green card, and now wait for your work permit to be issued. So you are doing things twice, okay? And it's costly. You're doing things twice. You're waiting double the time. So I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like you should go on CR1. And we have also seen people who go via the K1, and then you get there, and then the person switches on you, and then they're like, well, I brought you to the US. You Africans are desperate to come to the US, so you are here, so I'm not going to do anymore. I've already spent enough money getting you here. That's it. A lot of Africans stay here in the US without papers anyway, so my work is done. So now you're stranded there in the US. You dismantled your life in Kenya. I don't care what you used to do in Kenya, but that was a life. You had your friends there, you have your family there, you have whatever it is that you were doing in Kenya. You had your freedom, which is very important. You had your freedom in Kenya. Now you're going to the US. Somebody has already switched up on you. They woke up with their mood swing, and then they decided, well, you know what? We are not going to get married after all. So now he feels he's already done you a big favor by bringing you to the United States, and now you're going to stay there without papers. You are going to break the law. You are becoming a criminal. Okay? So if you guys have decided to get married, why not just go to Sharia house? You don't have to have a big wedding. You don't have to have any. In fact, all you need is the paperwork, everything that is required for this your American fiance to come to Nairobi. He needs to book an appointment with the US Embassy, go and swear that affidavit of marital status, okay? Then once you get that affidavit, go to Sharia house. You have your affidavit of marital status, or if you're divorced, you already have your divorce papers or death certificates or whatever it is. And then you go to Sharia house, get married, just have 2 witnesses. You don't need anything else. You just need 2 witnesses. They have to have their IDs with them. And then they just sign on your marriage certificate as witnesses. It's done. You're married. Then go and get your certified copy of your marriage certificate, the blue one. And then that's it. You start the process. Then he can go back now and file for your CR1. And then that way, as you're waiting, once it comes through, that's it. Once it comes through, that's it. You don't have to now, go to the US. Now we are getting married in the US. Now we are again filing for green card. We are adjusting now from fiance to spouse, and paperwork and headache and more paperwork. Why not just do it once and for all? That's my opinion. If you have decided to get married, just get married. And then, the thing is, these relationships that develop from, let's say, websites, from online, these relationships where you've been in a long distance, it doesn't make a difference whether she comes to the US and stays there for 90 days. It's not going to make a difference, because it's going to require more time for you guys to get to know each other. Even if the embassy was to issue a visa that is valid for 1 year, still it won't be enough. So don't take this K1 as, I don't know, I'm not sure. Just come, let's just stay together, and we shall see. By the end of 90 days, then maybe we'll get married, maybe we won't. When you're leaving Kenya, my sister, be sure that you're going to get married, or what is happening. Because a lot of us, we are like, oh my goodness, okay, I'm going to the US, we are going to get married, okay. But maybe you're the one who is saying you're going to get married. Maybe the guy is like, okay, this African, I'm gonna take her to the US. They're usually desperate to get to America anyway. So once she's there, she's gonna be so grateful. So I don't have to get married. I don't have to be tied up to her. But the thing is, he's responsible for you financially for 10 years. That's the thing. Because this affidavit of support that the embassy requires is valid for 10 years. So whether he marries you, as long as you remain in the US, he's gonna be financially responsible for you. Okay? So, you guys, you have to have decided. Look, let me just give you a picture of how K1 visa is supposed to work. Okay, once your petition is approved, once you get that notification and you get the you as a beneficiary, you as a foreign fiance, and we're gonna cover this. Actually, I'm gonna make a video after this one. I'm gonna record another video where I'm gonna walk you through the steps. I'm not gonna look at the technical side of things because that information is available online. Okay, I'm gonna link the website, the US website where you can get that information. But I want to go through the practical side of things. You know how everything works when it comes to the K1 visa, because that's something I have an experience. I've gone through it, so I can share. But let me just give you a picture of how K1 is supposed to go. So you get a notification from the embassy telling you, now your case has, he's gonna get a notification in the US. He's gonna be notified that your case has now been forwarded to the embassy. Okay, it's now in Gigiri, in Nairobi. I'm giving you an example with Nairobi. So now the embassy in Nairobi, and you guys, you don't have to panic and go joining these WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups and K1 support groups, and you don't need none of that. Like, the embassy makes it so easy. They give you information about everything. They walk you through every step of the way. You don't need to ask anybody anything, honestly. Okay, you can do a bit of research, like here on YouTube, watch some videos just to prepare yourself mentally, but you really don't have to worry. They even suggest where you should take your pictures, because they know which studios take the pictures that they require, okay, for your visa, for your K1 visa. So don't worry, don't panic. Anyway, you get notification from the embassy. So you start booking you start by booking your medical appointment, and then after that, of course, now you will see, based on when your medical appointment is, when you're given the medical appointment, then you can see the time, because you need to give it time for the results to be sent to the embassy. We're gonna cover this. But anyway, once you do all that, this is how it goes. You go through all that, you get your visa. They usually send it to DHL. You go, you pick up your passport, you pick up that packet they send you that you're not supposed to open, but they will give you 2 envelopes. One, it will be clearly marked passport. So you open, you see your visa is there, no problem. Now, the next step is actually to find you. If you haven't found your wedding dress, now you're gonna go and look for your wedding dress. Because once you get to the US, there is no time for shopping for wedding dresses and trying out, and then the wedding dress needs to be fixed. It's not fitting. There is no time for that. So you need to take everything with you, okay? Depending on usually you guys, you don't even have time to plan a big wedding, so it's just a simple wedding. So take your nice dress, take your shoes, like you're going there prepared to get married. This is the picture I'm trying to paint for you. You are not going there to think. You are not going there to be like, are we gonna get married? You are not gonna be there calling meetings asking, oh, by the way, are we still getting married? It's already been 2 months. We only have 1 month left. I was in that situation. There is no time for any of that. You're going there prepared. I'm going there to get married. This is the dress I'm gonna wear. These are earrings that I'm gonna wear. Or maybe things like earrings, you can shop there. But like you are already prepared that you are going there to get married. You have your wedding dress ready. In fact, when you go for this interview, this visa interview, some officers might even ask about wedding plans. What do you have planned for your wedding? Because they want to see like you are really going there to get married. You are not just going there and then you murife. So, you guys, I think you should, okay, if you're sure that you're going there to get married, as I said, if you go with the K1 visa, the process is that you've done the process, you have waited for such a long time, and then you're going there to undergo another process. So I think if you're serious and you have decided, I think you should go with CR1. I think you should get married in Nairobi, and then your husband should go back to the US and file the CR1 petition for you, and then you go there as a wife. Then that is sorted. I don't know what you think about this. I know usually whenever I post videos about visas, especially on my TikTok, people get very heated and they get very emotional. It's not about getting emotional. It's about looking at facts. Okay, it's not about yes, of course I can go with K1 visa and I can do. Yes, you can, and a lot of people are going with K1 visa, but I'm just giving you my opinion. Okay, some of this based on my experience. You know, going all the way to the US and somebody telling you he's not gonna marry you anyway. He just brought you there, and you should be grateful, and you should be kissing the ground he walks on, because he has brought you to the US, because Africans are desperate to go to the US. Anyway, my name is Rose. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I shall see you on my next video, where we now gonna look at K1 visa. As I said, I'm gonna walk you through the practical side of things. Okay, the technical side of things, that is already there, the forms, the cost. I'm gonna also touch on the cost, but it's already there. But I'm gonna walk you through the practical side of things. When you go to the medical exam, what's gonna happen there, what kind of exam are you gonna go through, when you go to the interview, how is the interview gonna go, and what like I'm just gonna walk you through the journey of going through the medical and going through the interview. Okay, and I'm gonna share with you things that people are not sharing. You know, I've watched a lot of videos here on YouTube about K1 visa, but there are things that people just maybe assume that you should know, but I think some people don't know. So I'm gonna share some of those things. So please look out for my next video, and I shall see you on my next one. Bye bye for now.